Good morning, Danksters. That's right, guys. We are live for the Wakey Bakey Morning Show, brought to you by the dailydank.com, guys. And it is True Crime Thursdays. What are we getting into today, guys? We got the pesky Menendez Brothers. That's right, the Menendez Brothers, guys. They had that movie come out. People were talking maybe they'd done their time, maybe they need to get out. We got some controversy we're going to cover. Where do you fall in line? Do you think the Menendez brothers, who killed their parents after 30 years in prison, do you think they deserve to be let out? 30 years in prison is a long time. Would they be able to readjust? Do they have money? Or will they just be like writing books and shit? If so, keep them in jail. That's what I say. I don't know, man. Are they going to be able to be productive members of society after 30 years? We got a lot of stuff to get into. What about this guy? Oh my God, you hear about this guy? His stepmother has kept him locked up for 30 fucking years, man. Away from it, kept up in a locked room. There was a fire. The fire department let him out, and we're like, what the hell? Oh, man, they compared it to the Holocaust, the way this guy looked, guys. We're going to get into that. We're going to play a little true crime or BS, guys. That's right. This is where we lay out some true crime scenarios, and you got to tell me, is it true, or we guess together? Is it true crime or bullshit crime? Ooh, cussing in the morning. Watch out, guys. Good morning, everybody, guys. We're getting ready. We got a whole show, great show. We got Today in History, Wakey Bakey News. We got all the things, guys. First hit of the day. We got all the things. So buckle in, kick the tires, and light the fires, guys, because we go live in 2. Let's do this thing. True Crime Thursday.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja pichuela y cuando le moviese el ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso
good morning, guys. It is the Wakey Bakey Morning Show. Chat's already blowing up this morning, guys. Chat's already blowing up this morning. I love it. The chat is talking its own shit this morning. Lonnie, 30 years ago when the Menendez brothers were busted, milk was $1.05. Gas was $1.96. And a Big Mac was 96 cents, guys. Oh man, a car was like 15,000 new. Could you imagine going in and being like, "Yeah, all right, we'll drop 15 grand." 15 grand. I have a couple cars. One of them is a Toyota Scion, a Scion IA. It's actually not a Toyota. It's a straight Scion. I bought it the year before Toyota took over Scion or whatever, made it their own, merged or whatever they did. I think it's always been Toyota, but it was like a sister company. I don't know. I went in, I bought that thing brand new about 10 years ago. Brand new. Nice little car. I mean, it was the cheap model. It's the Ford Focus of their line. Little IA, man. I still have it. 10 years. I got almost 250,000 miles on it. Never gave me a bit of trouble ever. I've had to change the battery and change like a fuel filter or things like that. Really nothing. I should actually do like a full on um, tune up on it. But yeah, man, I like so I went in and I think I ended up paying, and this was like just barely. I don't even think it was. Yeah, it's probably about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. God, time flies. I paid like 18 grand, 19 grand for it brand new, which I thought I stole it. Um, man, and that's a little one. Can you imagine going in and being like, "Yeah, I want this fucking SUV Forerunner, and I'll give you 18 grand for it, brand new." Crazy, man. The only reliable car between the two of us right now is the Toyota. That's right. My Challenger, I need to get tires, man. And we're talking almost $1,000 for fucking tires for that thing. When you want to be fancy with big rims, you got to know fucking the tires are coming sooner or later. Sooner or later, they get you. Sooner or later. Oh man, Rosie Key. Oh, Rosie Key has a day off. Nice, nice. We'll be looking after everything here today. The GMC needs an oil change. That's right. It's springtime's coming, guys. We got to take care of all our shit. Spring cleaning. See what this is real quick, guys. I got a quick notification. Watch the astronauts wave. That's all right. I think I can miss that. Thank God they're home, though. Thank God they're home. Jeez. Trying to hear me yell at a fucking bill collector live on the air right now. So last night, guys, Deal or No Deal. That's right. I don't know if you guys are watching this. This is a Deal or No Deal Island, I believe it's called. It's like a mix of Survivor versus Deal or No Deal. The finale is coming up. And I'm going to tell you flat out, I hate having the way we become so dependent on streaming. So dependent on streaming lately that when we have to wait a week for the next episode, it's like pulling teeth, man. So it was supposed to be a double elimination yesterday. And it's the finale, man. So whoever wins this double elimination, who survives it, there's 3 people left. They get to go and play the banker, and then ultimately have a chance to win. I think it's like $30 million or some crazy shit. So it was down to 3. It was a double elimination. Whoever survived that double elimination would then go play the banker. The first person gets eliminated. This little, I think CJ or KC or something, whatever her name was, she gets eliminated. So it's down to the Survivor Australia king, the king of Australia, this guy who won Survivor. David is his name. I'm rooting for him. I think he's the one I want to see win. And then there's this other girl, Letty, who really fucking annoys me. Really fucking annoys me. She reminds me, and she probably is, one of these college kids who lived a sheltered life. Which is I sheltered my kids, so I'm not gonna fucking sit here and be like that's wrong. But she's one of these ones who lived like this middle class, upper. Probably got a car at 16. Probably didn't have to work a job. Parents were pretty well off, and she goes to college, and she has canned reactions. She's not a real person yet. That's what I like to say. Her reactions are like, "Oh golly gee, let's go, Joe." Like those, like things she obviously has rehearsed, maybe heard other people say, and she thought it was cool. So, like, she's one of these ones. She'd be protesting Palestine, like one of the like one of these college students who think that their views on life are so much more educated than yours, even though you've been here 30 years longer than them. They're gonna, no, you're wrong, what's going on is wrong, you're wrong. Like one of those. That's what she reminds me of, and it drives me fucking nuts. So I want to see her gone. So you get to they eliminate the one girl, and so it's down to the two, and they're opening their cases, and whoever has the biggest number gets to go on to the banker. And then right when they open the last case, next week on Deal or No Deal, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? I remember Breaking Bad, watching it in real time. I watched the whole series in real time. I remember catching that first episode when it aired. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then the season, the series finale, man, we're getting close to it. That last season, I remember it was the scene where Hank finds him out in the desert, and there's the big shootout scene, and then like you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's in the mix, and they cut it, and you're like, I have to wait 7 fucking days to see what happens here. I think there's a difference. I think it's or 50 years longer. Larry, how you doing? How you doing? Good morning, Larry. Good morning. Um, Yeah, I think you have to absorb it a little more when you're not binge watching it. I think there's something different about it. Like you're going to work at the water cooler and talking about it. No, it just gives you time to absorb it, time to think about it, time to like really. Otherwise, it's just a fleeting moment almost. Like you remember it, but but you have to wait. You remember being cut off and like, oh. So yeah, that's the difference, guys. Are we ever going to see a world where it's just all streaming? I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know, guys, what I do know, do. Even worse when the season ends with a cutoff. Oh, 100%. Do you remember, Lonnie, back in the day? That's all they would do. Like your season finale would be like the most fucking who shot JR? That's the perfect one. Now, we're going way old school with that one. Dallas. I was probably like 8, 9 years old when this happened. The show Dallas, one of the top, I guess, nighttime drama. It was like a soap opera type of thing about Dallas, about like the oil industry and big money. And the season finale, the main character gets fucking shot. Boom. You don't know if he lives. You don't know if he dies. You don't know what. And you have to wait. And we're talking the whole summer. So back then, it was like your season finales would end probably like in May. And then you would have to wait until, let's see, June, July, August, September, probably close to September, like when the new seasons would start dropping. Yeah, 3 months you would have to wait. So here's like, yeah, so who shot JR? That was like the biggest thing, man. And you had to wait. And then it's never as good as what you like. You're like, oh shit, we're gonna find out. And they end up doing some shit where I think Larry shot JR with his open carry. Oh, what was the other one? There was another big one that would do that. 90210. Back when it was in the mix. Remember, it was who is Kelly gonna pick? Is it gonna be Brandon or Dylan? Remember that? And then she brought some other dude back. Oh man, TV shows, guys, TV shows. We were watching something and we could not remember Luke Perry's name. We were having like a fucking moment, me and April yesterday. We were like, you know the guy, Luke, and we ended up getting Luke out, and we were like, fuck, what's his last name? So yeah, man, that's how we grew up. You'd have to wait 3-4 months, and there was no peeking, there was no internet to give you spoilers. Knight Rider had one where Kit crashed into the super semi. Goliath, his name was Goliath. Lonnie Skywalker. That's right. That's right. We are like, his name's Luke, and April looks at me as all Skywalker. Sopranos. Oh my God, that's another one. Sopranos was a bad one on that. The fucking whole thing ended on a shitty note. Cobra Kai. I kind of like the show. I've been watching it since day one. Another one. It was on a YouTube. It was like one of their first series that they did when they were trying to cross over. I think they had like their premium, and you had to pay for the premium to watch it. I ended up bootlegging the first season, but the way they wrapped it all up, their series finale, boy, they put a bow on it. There was no stories left untold. The one guy like cheats on his girlfriend in season 5, and then they don't ever address it again. Well, boy, in the end, all of a sudden she comes up, grabs his butt. They go and do their thing while the karate tournament's going on. So even that story got summed up, man. That's good writing. Fonz jumped the shark. Oh my God. Larry, I love it. I forget. Yeah, you want to go old school. What about the Fonz jumping a shark? Or do you remember when the Fonz was going to jump the buses? Was it the buses in Arnold's parking lot where they had like all these buses lined up, I want to say, and he was going to jump over them? And I want to say that was probably a season finale. Is the Fonz going to survive? Hey! How could you forget? I thought you were the president of the Luke Perry fan club. Hey, don't be messing with Dylan, buddy. The bad boy. God rest his soul. Fonz jumped the shark. When you work from work was gonna kidnap the Fonz. When Mork from Ork was gonna kidnap the Fonz. Oh my God. Holy shit. Mork from Ork. Oh, I was going to kidnap the Fonz. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. Some of those episodes, when you're reading them out loud, was another one. There was a bunch, man. That's not even part of the show. Someone watching this for true crimes, like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? All right, guys, it is that time. Let's get into some roll call this morning. Mr. Christmas is like 20 minutes into it, and there's no roll call. What the fuck are you guys doing? All right, guys, we are going to do, we got the blunt truth coming up, guys. That's where I think I just ran it. I think that was the blunt truth about shows. We got roll call, guys. If you want to get in on roll call, you want to get in on shout outs, blow out your shout outs in the messages, guys, and we will shout out your favorite business, your favorite lover, your favorite dog, your favorite cat, whoever you want, guys. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. And we will, you got some making up to do. Maybe you cheated on your girl with your cousin. Don't ever do that. Blow it up, guys, and we will shout you out. We'll try to fix it for you. That's right. No promises, but we will. Blow up those comments, guys. Let's do some shout outs this morning.
Rise and shine, it's the Wakey Bakey vibe. Dank Nation's here and we're going worldwide. The daily Dank.com is leading the way. out the crew starting the day. From Rosie the Bulldog to Supernova, my Mike. Dank Nation shining, the future's bright. Oh, roll call, Dank Nation unite. Harvey hooligans here keeping it tight. Fight for freedom, blazing it up. Broken brains thinking Rosie Key's got the spark. Mr. Crispers brings the crunch and leaves his mark. Back to the retro review. Bring in the Golani, the OG, smoking big, not scrawny. Aaron from Australia, bold and uncontrolled. Pam and Chris Zucchini, keeping it real. Charlie the fisherman's got that morning appeal. April so lovely, Russ and Jeremy too. Lonnie's blunt is lighting up the room. Roll call, Dank Nation unite with the daily
Getting it just right. That's right. Roll call, Dank Nation unite. All right, guys. Big shout out to Back to Retro Review, guys. Go check out the Back to Retro bearded one. That's right. Go check it out, guys. He's I think his podcast show is dropping tonight. His budget podcasting. Go check it out, guys. And then our buddy Felix at the Mod Squad. That's right. Go check him out, guys. Great channel. Big shout out to everyone on X right now, guys. We've been doing good on X lately. I know you guys can do the live chat, but man, blow up those comments on the post, guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Got like 12 people over there watching right now. Awesome. Big shout out to X, everyone over on there. It's hard to do good things over there, man. If you guys want to check us out over on the Twix, is what I like to call it. Twitter X, I call it Twix. We're doing some good things over there, man. It's fun. We got a good thing. Rosie, what you doing? Rosie the Bulldog in the house this morning, guys. Big shout out to her. All right, let's get out. The man who's not feeling too well this morning, Harvey Hooligans. Get well, buddy. Get well. Get some rest. Get your your vitamin THC, and hopefully you feel better, buddy. We're pulling for you. Rosie Key, the sweet, the lovely Rosie Key. How are you, Rosie? We got April, the love of my life, in the house. That's right, guys. April. Luke Skywalker. That's right. Larry, all the way from Texas. How you doing, Larry? The man, the myth, the open carry legend. That's right. He shot JR. we got the broken brain of Eric. That's right, guys. Oh man, big shout out to him. Helped us big time with that JFK, man. We got to start synergizing more like that. That was fun, man. I felt like a real channel. I know this channel's like 5 years old. We got over 1,000 videos posted, and I'm like, it felt like a real show. Felt like a real channel. No, it did, man. Like we're breaking news, we're doing cool shit. It was fun, man. It was fun. Hopefully we get more chances to do stuff like that. I think it's crazy. After 3 years, we're still learning. At least I am learning what the channel even is. Like, we're trendsetters, man. I hate to say that. Like, it sounds like I'm giving myself a pat on the back, but not a lot of people are doing what we do. Not a lot of people are blazing this trail, man. And we're figuring it out as we go. We're figuring out what hits, what doesn't hit. So not bad. So big shout out, Lonnie, 30 years ago. Gas, everything was way more. Who wants to build a time machine? Time machine ran off of THC. Oh man, Larry, 60 years ago. Oh man, Texas. At least you still get some cheaper gas prices up there. Who else we got up in here? Big shout out to Mr. Crispers. Big shout out to Fight for Freedom, and Pioneer Wizard 19. Big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to Tijuana, Mexico, our buddy. Oh man, hanging out down there. Hopefully he's getting a day off today. I want to say he does restorations, maybe. Like just I'm being a detective, true crime detective. But yeah, he's down in Tijuana, kicking it up, man. Big shout out, big shout out. Tim W, big shout out. Chris Zucchini, big shout out. Mike Means, we haven't talked about him in a minute, man. Supernova Mike, everybody, guys. I know I'm forgetting. That's why we have the song. That's why we have the song. Broken Brain says he didn't like the way the MacGyver series ended. The new one or the old one? I don't think I ever saw the new one. Rosie Key, back to retro. Lonnie, not sure if I'm the man, but I mean, I think. Oh man, a friend of mine, a friend married a girl from Alabama. On the wedding night, he found she was a she was a Virginian. He took her back and said, if she's not good enough for her family, she's not good enough for me." I don't think she was a Virginian. Oh man. Oh man. Dude, I'm here when you need some low life podcaster to use. Do your research for like a free 5-year-old making bootleg products in China. Oh man, that's great. That's great. So big shout out. I do want to give it. You know what, man? I gotta figure out. Maybe April can help me with this. I looked on my debit card, and Fort Mojave Smoke Shop charged me $30 for something yesterday. I don't go into smoke shops. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know. I got to figure that out. I got to figure that out. So shout out to them for overcharging me for something. Oh man. Oh, the new one sucked. Talking about the one with Richard Dean Anderson. I don't remember how that ended. Yeah, big shout out to Australia, guys. Aaron, Barney. Who was the girl? Remember the girl? It was like a little kid who would stay up late just so she could watch the show. I can stay up late. I'm at my dad's house. He doesn't care. He lets me stay up late. Oh man. Big shout out to Australia. We gotta start pushing that envelope a little more. How do we share these to Australia, man? They love us in Australia. They think the show is great. We should do a should be like the Jerry Lewis of Australia. This show's just massive in Australia. Everywhere else, they're like, who's this fucking guy? But Australia, holy shit, watch out. Watch out. So yeah, big shout out. We love Australia, man. That's why I'm rooting for David. Rooting for David from Deal or No Deal. He won the Australian Survivor. You know what's great is he made it the whole show. No one knew. They knew he was some kind of contestant, like a gamer from something, but they couldn't figure out where. And that's where he ended up. He exposed it the last episode. I won Survivor Australia, and pretty cool. I hate the people from Big Brother. They think, what the fuck is a Big Brother? I know what a Big Brother is, but the show Big fucking Brother, who gives a fuck? Is it really a competitive fucking, um, like a Survivor? Does anyone give a fuck about Big Brother? I don't know. If I'm wrong, guys, blow up those comments and be like, no, you're wrong. Big Brother is the greatest show ever. Man, remember Sliders? Um, he knew. Oh yeah, Sliders was a great show, man. That was a great show. I love Sliders. They need to redo that. That could be really good. They would go. So what was it? McConnell, right? Jerry McConnell, from Stand by Me. The kid, he meets up with it's almost like Back to the Future, but like a little different. And they have like this almost like Rick and Morty, if you really want to talk about it. And they're sliding the different dimensions and all that. It's real Rick and Morty. If you really think about it. Home Planet Snuggy. Oh yeah, Home Planet Snuggy Wuggy. Forgot. Oh, big shout out to Snuggy Wuggy. And a Halloween Man. That's right. Big shout out to Halloween Man out there. Watch yourself back to Broken Brain. He'll get you, the Halloween Man. Big shout out to everyone out there, guys. Big shout out. All right. Rosie. Let's get into some wakey bakey news this morning, guys.
Wake up, sleepyheads, turn on the tube. Wakey Bakey Morning got the latest scoop. Celeb news, gossip like a wild parade. Spill the beans while you sip that lemonade. Crazy news stories that'll blow your mind. Aliens on the loose, or did Bigfoot find? Grab a bowl and let's dive into the hype. Morning show groove with the stoner type. Wakey Bakey, every morning it's a dare. Catch the crazy news just floating in the air. Celeb drama and the wild world blend. Morning laughs that never end.
All right, guys, here we go. The Menendez Brothers are back in the headlines again. Ever since that movie, people have been calling for their resentencing or possible reconsideration. I don't believe that they fucking deserve it. I think if you get a sentence like that, I mean, it is what it is. But let's check it out, guys. So the LA County DA had said that he would reconsider their sentencing, but now he's coming back saying LA County DA reveals one thing that must happen for him to possibly reconsider the Menendez brothers resentencing. In an interview with ABC's Good Morning America, Nathan Hotchman said he would consider resentencing the brothers if they were sincerely and unequivocally admit for the first time in over 30 years the full range of their criminal activities and all the lies that they have told about it. Rosie, come here. Hey, Rosie, don't be going in there. You gotta go bathroom? Oh, you gotta go to the bathroom? Or are you good? Truffle shuffle? All right. She's good for right now, guys. Hodgman spoke to Good Morning America after he asked the court to withdraw a motion asking the Menendez brothers to be resentenced. The initial motion was put forward by Hodgman's predecessor, George Gascon, but Hodgman, who defeated Gascon in 2024, has taken a different position from his predecessor on the brothers. Lyle and Eric were both sentenced to life in prison in 96 for killing their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, with a shotgun 7 years earlier. Oh, wow. So 7 years, man. Their highly publicized crimes and life stories have received newfound attention in recent years following a string of true crime documentaries on Netflix, etc. The Menendez brothers have sought resentencing with support from many family members for years. They've claimed they committed the murders in self-defense because they were sexually abused by their father, and that Jose threatened to kill them if they told anyone. Hodgman told Good Morning America that Jose's alleged abuse was never part of their criminal defense in court, arguing that it's something you can't use to consider their resentencing. So they didn't even use the sexual abuse in their case? That's weird. There was no additional corroboration of anyone in 12 years, whether it was an adult friend, a coach, a teacher, who reported any receipt of information that sexual abuse had occurred during those 12 years. But was there evidence presented at a trial? Yes. It was the defense that Menendez used the first-degree murder. Absolutely not. That's what we focused on. Hodgman was asked whether he has a checklist of things he'd like to see the Menendez brothers do before he reconsiders their case. He stated the essence of that checklist is that they finally have to admit after 30 years they killed their parents willfully, deliberately, and in premeditated fashion, not because they believed their parents were going to kill them that night. Hodgman's position may be a moot point. However, last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced the Menendez brothers will go before a parole board in June after he says they will review their case for possibly clemency. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these Menendez brothers? 30 years in prison. Do they deserve a second chance? Not yet. I pulled a Brian and got sidetracked. Oh, man. Pulling a Brian. Did you know that they put walls and fences around graveyards because people are just dying to get in there? Lonnie. So what do you guys think? The Menendez brothers. Good or not good on the thing? What do you guys think? Should they be considered resentencing? I don't know. If they didn't even use the sexual abuse as their defense, how can you really fucking say? How can you say it, man? I don't know. It's crazy. And just because someone does a documentary on you, does that mean that you're innocent? No, you can spin a documentary any way you want. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. That's a hard one, man. 30 years in prison, too. What the fuck are they going to do when they get out? They're old as shit. So what are they just going to get? Our taxpayers going to have to pay for them to live. They're going to write some books. They're going to start a podcast and become fucking millionaires. No, fuck those. Let those murdering sons of bitches rot in jail. That's what I say. Fuck the Menendez brothers. You kill your parents, you got to face the consequences. And that's exactly, I guarantee you, that's exactly what would fucking happen. They would start a podcast. They would write books. They'd become millionaires off of killing their parents. Nope. Brian should make some shorts called That's So Brian, just clips of his blunders. Sounds like a horrible TV show. Man. Okay. So this other story, guys, this one's a crazy one. This one is a crazy one, guys. 30 years, 33 years. And you're going to get a rant about this one, guys. You're definitely going to get a rant about this one. Stepmom keeps a man locked in a room for 33 years, weighs 63 pounds. There was a fire, and the fire department had to come get this dude because he was locked in the fucking room with like locks on the outside. Let's check out this story, guys. Oops.
Ordered it. We knew it. We reported it. Damn thing was done. That's the tragedy of the whole thing.
Tom Pannone hasn't seen the alleged victim since he was in 4th grade in the early 2000s, but says he always knew something was wrong. He was the principal at the now closed Barnard Elementary School and says he and his staff noticed that the child was extremely small and thin. He says when they asked him questions, the boy told them he wasn't allowed food at times at the house.
Everyone really was concerned with this child since he was 5 years old. You knew something was wrong. It was grossly wrong.
He says
And then he
teachers
just
would even bring
disappeared.
food in for the student. He says he and his team made multiple calls to his stepmom, Kimberly Sullivan, and called the Department of Children and Families at least 20 times. The arrest warrant says the student was told to lie and say everything was fine. But by 5th grade, he never came back to school.
You don't disappear off the face of the earth at 10 years old.
Pannone was told the student was enrolled in Wolcott schools, but he couldn't find any records of that. He was also told at one point the boy was homeschooled.
We probably saw that kid 3 times outside.
Paula DePina says she lived next door to the Sullivan home from 2003 to 2009 and says she would see Kimberly, the late husband, and 2 daughters, but not the stepson as often, and says when she did catch a glimpse, what she saw was deeply troubling.
I'm trembling right now just thinking about it, Yes. because I can remember his face.
And as for neighbors
Wow.
now,
Never seen a stepson. Never.
It's shocking, like not knowing what's going on around you.
Panone says he feels anger hearing that his former student allegedly was pushed so hard he had to set fire to his own home to escape. He
Dang.
shares this message to his former student.
Sorry we couldn't do more because you went through more than any of us ever.
Monday
went
she
through in our
starts
lives.
co-anchor on The View. Oh, is that it? What happened? Rosie, get back. Come on. This fucking dog, guys. This dog. Ugh. Yeah, so this woman, stepmom, keeps this fucking kid locked up for 30 years, man. And not even a kid, he's a grown man at that point. You know what drives me crazy about this is his mom has come out and was like, I knew there was something wrong. Well, yeah, you fucking did. Your kid was gone for 30 fucking years. What do you mean you knew something was wrong? Like, if you didn't, like, where the fuck were you? Like his real mom, where the fuck were you? 30 years, I knew there was something going on over there. What the fuck were you doing? You keep my kid away from me for 3 fucking days. And I'm like, no, where all hell's going to break loose. It's a weird fucking story. And then these lawyers for the stepmom come out and they're like, we don't know what these allegations are. This is ridiculous. She's done nothing but love that kid. Like, he's a grown man. What do you mean? Oh, man. He is smiling while talking about it. Yeah, the fucking principal. Like, and did he really, like, it's play Monday morning quarterback? No, we were all concerned. But were you? Like, the kid still went disappeared. The kid still disappeared, man. I don't know. That's a crazy one. That is a crazy one. Lonnie, are you talking about Newsom? Fuck Newsom. Fuck old Gavin Newsom. He's on his way out, boy. Boy, is he changing his tune after a while. He's trying to run for president. And boy, those fires really fucked him over. Gavin Newsom's in full on fucking rebranding mode right now. He's got a podcast and everything. He's trying. He's trying. All right, guys. Let's see what else is going on. Hyper Pop Duo Food Houses. I don't know. What is this? 5 years after dropping the Pop Bible. I don't know the fuck. Guns N' Roses member takes final bow after nearly 20 years. The members of the Guns N' Roses are saying goodbye to one of their longest members on Wednesday. The band announced drummer Frank Fier will take his final bow. So he wasn't an original member. He's been like the house band guy for a while. You know what? He had a good steady gig. Good for him. Good for him. Let's see what else. Protesters disrupt Gal Gadot's Walk of Fame ceremony. Probably a Palestine. Yep, that's exactly. Pro-Palestine supporters were furious. The Israeli actress was being celebrated as the war rages on overseas. How dare them celebrate an Israeli when there's a war going on? Oh, man. All right. Good note. I want to say she is in the Israeli army too. Like she's full on for the cause. Look at this. What a fucking. I'm sorry, guys, and like I'll be honest. I'm pro-Israel in this fucking choice. You got these fucking savages that fucking invaded fucking Israel, raping women, killing babies at fucking concerts and shit. These fucking savages. How the fuck are you gonna defend that? I don't give a fuck what Israel. I don't give a fuck what anyone had done. How the fuck? And I don't understand how the fuck. What kind of fucking savage can fight a fucking war and rape people at the same exact fucking time? Like you're invading a fucking land and you just take fucking 20 minutes to go out and rape somebody. These fucking savages, man. I'm telling you. And then to be like, ha ha, look, you got a thing on your head. Ha ha, fucking savages, man. Fucking the fucking pal, they're fucking savages, man. Surprised that guy knows how to use a fucking phone, fucking pallet. Like fucking he's ever seen a phone in his life. Fucking savages, man. How are you like? I don't. How the fuck? Like, I get your fucking grief. Oh, we got some land and they're taking it over. Blah blah blah. I get your fucking grief. I get it. But how the fuck are you out there saying like, yeah, these guys had the right to go rape people and fucking murder babies? How the fuck at a concert? At a fucking concert, dude. You're at a fucking festival enjoying yourself, and some fucking savages from the fucking 1940s come running up. Fucking not even that, from the fucking 1600s, the fucking 18 AD. The fucking savages are fucking thinking it's fucking David and Goliath times and shit. Are out there raping motherfuck those fuck those savages. How the fuck do you have the balls to be out there fucking being like, yeah, these are the real heroes? Yeah, go fuck yourself. So that was a big controversy too. So I guess the girl who plays Snow White, this young fucking teardrop, fucking whatever, what are they called? Fucking snowflake teardrop, snowflake. It was bitching about fucking Palestine or fucking pro Palestine fucking agenda and didn't want to work with her. Fucking that Snow White movie is fucking just it's doomed. It is cursed, man. It's not gonna do anything. The Snow White movie, a lot of controversy around it. Baby killer, really, really? You're gonna fucking call the fucking? I mean, he's done horrible shit. I ain't defending that dude, the Israel fucking guy. But you guys, literally, the guys you're defending, literally went with a fucking knife and killed babies. Literally. Oh my god. People are really fighting over this shit. I remember Lonnie. I remember just going on my rant. That's crazy. Like I get it, man. Like, it's a shitty oh shit. I forgot shit, I forgot. I forgot the video wasn't on. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, guys. That's what Lonnie was talking about. Fuck. I forgot. I forgot.
Israeli actress Gal Gadot's
I
Walk
forgot,
of Fame
man, I
ceremony
forgot.
disrupted today by pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli
I
demonstrators.
got so into
KTO's
it, I
Chris Wolf
forgot,
joins
man.
us live with the clashes that delayed the event on Hollywood Boulevard for the Wonder Woman star. Chris?
Absolutely. Micah and Cher, Israeli actress Gal Gadot says she always avoided talking politics until October 7th of 2023, when Hamas launched a massive and deadly attack
That's such
on
a Brian
Israel.
move.
She did avoid political discussion today when she accepted a star on the Walk of Fame. However, political tension was inescapable.
This is the guy. So this is what I'm saying. Look at this fucking savage. He fucking doesn't even know how to use a fucking phone. Fucking and he's just mocking a dude for being Jewish. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, we want our rights, but we're gonna mock someone for being Jewish. Like, fucking savages, man. I'm telling
They
you.
showed up in force for a
Guy fucking this motherfucker in the hat, he saw a fucking they don't show you this part, guys, but this fucking guy in the hat, a bus came through and he had never seen one before because he's such a fucking savage. He took off his belt and he tried to fucking rope the bus thinking it was like a giant cattle because he's never seen fucking computers or fucking automobiles. This fucking savage. He's fucking, he found that phone on he doesn't even know how to work it. He's just fucking, what a moron this motherfucker is. Fucking, oh, fuck. He's probably out looking for someone to rape right now, this fucking piece of shit in this fucking hat. Fuck this guy, this fucking savage motherfucker.
fiery face-off in the heart of Hollywood.
And look at the Jewish
Two
guys like,
opposing
fuck
groups
you.
of
Look.
demonstrators, pro-Palestinian.
Haha, we raped your people. We killed your babies. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, really, this guy's, look at this guy. This guy is so proud. We raped your babies. We raped your women and killed everybody. Ha ha. For nothing, because we think that you stole land from us, even though the fucking governments told us we didn't. Like, I don't fucking know. It's deep, but fuck, look at this fucking piece of shit.
Pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel disrupted
how do you
a star
defend that at
presentation
all?
ceremony on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this Tuesday.
How the fuck do you? I get it. If you want to free Palestine, that's a whole different thing. How do you condone that fucking attack?
That's because the recipient was Wonder Woman herself, Israeli actress Gal Gadot.
It takes Wonder Woman to help us get through this, so please come up onto the stage.
I don't know,
Also
protesting
stars as
someone
the evil
just
queen
because
in the
they're
newly released
Israeli.
version of Snow
Isn't that
White.
kind of?
I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
In her speech,
That was so. There's a lot of controversy at this movie. This movie's gonna bomb.
she avoided politics and did not acknowledge the commotion outside the tent, which shielded her somewhat from the growing tension around her.
So is this ridiculous? Someone's getting an award who happens to be Israeli, who supports Israel. And these motherfuckers come out to ruin her day just because she's Israeli? How much more racist can you get than that?
Standing here today on this.
I don't know. Crazy guys, crazy times. And I don't regret calling them savages because they fucking are. They're complete fucking savages. All right. Let's get in. We're fucking creeping. We're creeping today, guys. Let's get in to a little game I like to call, true crime or bullshit crime. That's right. True crime or BS crime, guys. Let me see if we can get the robot girl up and running this morning. What the heck, man? What the heck, man? There we go. Yes or BS? I like it. I like it. Okay. Let me see if I can wake up the robot girl here, guys. Here we go. Oops. Good morning, Robot Girl. How are you this morning? It's been a minute, Robot Girl, but we want to play a little game called True Crime or BS Crime, where you read to us a true crime event, and we have to guess if it was real or made up. We want hard ones. We want to be able to a little bit of a challenge. Are you up for that this morning, Robot Girl?
I'm ready to dive into some true crime or BS crime with you. Let's see if I can stump you with some tricky cases. Ready for the first one?
Yeah, but you have a man's voice now, so we will be calling you Robot Man from here on out. Is that okay?
Sure, you can call me Robot Man if you like. Let's get started with the game. Here's the first case. In 1971, a man named D.B. Cooper hijacked a plane, demanded $200,000 in ransom, and then parachuted out, never to be seen again. Is this true crime or BS crime?
Oh, you're gonna have to come hit us harder than that, Robot Man. We all know that is true crime. DB Cooper, one of the greatest stories of all time, one of my heroes. Can you go in and tell us a little bit more about DB Cooper and this crime?
Absolutely. D.B. Cooper's story is fascinating. On November 24, 1971, he hijacked a Northwest Orient Airlines flight, extorted $200,000 in ransom, and parachuted from the plane somewhere over the Pacific Northwest. Despite extensive manhunts and investigations, he was never found, and his true identity remains a mystery. Some of the ransom money was discovered in 1980, but Cooper himself vanished without a trace. It's one of the greatest unsolved cases in FBI history.
You know, recently I read an article that they might have actually uncovered who DB Cooper was. Is there any validity to that? Any truth to that story? What do you got for us, Robot Man? Don Lemon.
You're right to be curious. You are right to be on the lookout for updates about D.B. Cooper, though various theories have surfaced over the years, including claims of new evidence identifying him. There's still no conclusive proof revealing his true identity. The mystery remains unresolved. If there's any credible breakthrough, it would surely make headlines, but so far, the case remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history.
That's no, it really is. It's such a curious case too. All right, let's move on to round two. Maybe give us a little more of a challenging one this time, Robot Man.
All right, here's the next one. In the 1930s, a man named John Dillinger became one of America's most notorious bank robbers, evading capture multiple times and even undergoing plastic surgery to alter his appearance. Is this true crime or BS crime?
Oh, come on, Robot Man. You got to come at us harder than that. John Dillinger, we all know the story of John Dillinger. This is going to be true 100%.
You're absolutely right. John Dillinger was indeed a notorious bank robber during the 1930s, infamous for his daring escapes and criminal exploits. He was known for his numerous heists and ability to evade capture, making him one of the most wanted criminals of his time. Great job spotting that one. Ready for the next challenge?
Yeah, let's bring it this time, Robot Man. Give us one that we're not going to be we're going to be on the fence about. Give us a challenging one this time.
All right, here's a challenging one. In the 1980s, a man named Carl Archer claimed he could predict major crimes before they happened. He even supposedly warned the police about specific events, but his claims were eventually dismissed as a hoax. True crime or BS crime?
Huh. I don't know this one. Can you give us a little more detail about this one?
Certainly. Carl Archer was a self-proclaimed psychic in the 1980s who gained attention by claiming he could foresee major crimes. He even approached law enforcement with his predictions. However, after some investigations, authorities found no credible evidence to support his claims, and he was widely considered a hoax. So this one is indeed a BS crime.
Oh, but the story was true?
The story about Carl Archer claiming to predict crimes was fabricated for the game. It's a fictional scenario. However, similar cases have happened where individuals claim psychic abilities related to crimes, though they were often debunked. So in this case, it's a BS crime for our game.
Nice, nice, nice. What has there actually ever been a psychic that was able to solve multiple crimes. Like, one and done, I get that. Like, you solve one, that's a 50-50 chance. Has there been psychics that have solved multiple crimes?
There have been instances where psychics have claimed to assist in solving crimes, and in a few cases, they've reportedly provided useful information. However, there is no solid evidence that any psychic has repeatedly solved multiple crimes in a way that stands up to scientific scrutiny. Most successes attributed to psychics are often explained by coincidence, general knowledge, or information already available through other means. So, while there are stories of psychics contributing to investigations, their role is generally viewed with skepticism in the law enforcement community.
Hey, Robot Man, could you do me a favor and give Carolyn a big shout out? She's joining the Dank Nation live right now.
Of course. Shout out to Carolyn for joining the Dank Nation Live. Welcome aboard, and we're glad to have you here with us.
Nice, nice. All right, let's get into the next one. Give us a challenging one this time, Robot Man.
All right, here's a challenging one. In the 1960s, a series of mysterious art thefts occurred across Europe, and a thief known as the Phantom was believed to be behind them. The thief was never caught, and the stolen artworks were never recovered. True crime or BS crime?
All right, so before you tell us the answer to this one, we got a couple questions we want to ask you. Has the Phantom ever been in newspapers or in the news for this art heist?
The concept of a thief nicknamed the Phantom involved in a series of art thefts is a popular trope in fiction. But there isn't a real-life thief widely known by that moniker who matches this exact description in history. Many notorious art thefts have occurred, but none attributed specifically to a single phantom figure across Europe in the 1960s. So this scenario leans more towards fiction. Ready for the reveal?
Yeah, I'm going to say BS. I think Dank Nation is going to say BS on this one. What do you got for us, Robot Man?
You got it. This one is indeed a BS crime. While art theft is a real and fascinating aspect of true crime, the specific narrative of the Phantom Thief in the 1960s is fictional. Great job on spotting that. Ready for another one?
No, actually, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit if you don't mind on this true crime. We were talking the Menendez brothers a little bit earlier, and how they might not get released through the new district attorney. What are your highlights? What are your thoughts on the Menendez brothers making the news recently?
Recently, the Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric, have been in the news as Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hodgman stated he would reconsider their resentencing if they admit to lying about their parents' murders. Additionally, Governor Gavin Newsom has scheduled their final parole hearing for June 13th, 2025. It's an ongoing situation that has reignited interest in their case.
So he has said that they would have to admit really what they did, and that during their defense, they never even brought up the fact that their father, that they claim their father was sexually abusing them. Is there truth to that? Did they not bring that up at all during the trial?
In the 1993 trial of Lyle and Eric Menendez, their defense team, led by Leslie Abramson, did argue that the brothers killed their parents in self-defense after enduring years of sexual, emotional, and physical abuse. They claimed that their father, Jose Menendez, was a cruel perfectionist and pedophile, while their mother, Kitty, was an enabling, mentally unstable alcoholic. The defense presented testimonies from family members and alleged evidence of the abuse. However, the prosecution disputed these claims, arguing that the brothers were motivated by greed. Despite the defense's arguments, the brothers were eventually convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.
What do you think? What are the odds with everything going on that they would be granted parole or some kind of clemency?
It's difficult to predict the exact odds, but there are a few factors to consider. Given the recent statement from the Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hodgman and the scheduled final parole hearing, it seems like there might be some openness to reconsidering the case. However, parole decisions often depend on a range of factors, including the nature of the crime, the inmate's behavior and rehabilitation, and public sentiment. Given the high-profile nature of the Menendez case and the severity of their crimes, any decision would likely be complex and closely scrutinized.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't think they're gonna get out, but who knows? Another thing I want to ask you about Robot Man. I should say, you're no boy, you're a man. I want to ask you some more true crime stuff. Are you okay with that?
Of course. Feel free to ask any more true crime questions you have in mind. I'm here to help.
Recently we were talking about uh, oh, DB Cooper. We're talking about DB Cooper and new evidence. What is the new evidence that people think they might have been able to confirm who he was?
Recent developments have reignited interest in the D.B. Cooper case. In November 2024, siblings Shantae and Richard McCoy III claimed that their late father, Richard McCoy Jr., was the infamous hijacker known as D.B. Cooper. They found a parachute in their mother's storage shed, which they believe was used in the 1971 hijacking, prompting the FBI to reopen the investigation. Another intriguing development came from Eric Ulis, who found rare particles on a tie left behind by Cooper, suggesting a possible link to nuclear industry materials. This has led to speculation that Cooper might have been an engineer named Vince Peterson, who worked with nuclear materials. While these findings are intriguing, the true identity of D.B. Cooper remains unconfirmed, keeping the case a subject of public fascination and ongoing investigation.
If you had to use your AI vast knowledge to make an informed decision, would you lean more towards DB Cooper died during the heist or during the parachute, or would you lean more towards he survived and lived a life that no one knew about?
Given the circumstances and available evidence, it's difficult to say definitively. However, many experts lean towards the possibility that D.B. Cooper did not survive the jump. The conditions of the jump were extremely perilous, involving a nighttime leap in poor weather with limited equipment and unfamiliar terrain. The fact that significant portions of the ransom money were found, but Cooper himself never resurfaced, also supports the theory that he may have perished. On the other hand, the enduring mystery and lack of conclusive evidence leave room for speculation that he might have survived and managed to disappear successfully. It's a fascinating case precisely because both possibilities remain open.
All right, we got Carolyn from the Dank Nation wants to ask about the true crime story of Richard Jahnke, Jahnke. He's an OG killer. Do you know anything about this?
Richard Jahnke Jr. and his sister Deborah were charged with the 1982 murder of their father in Cheyenne, Wyoming. They claimed it was in self-defense after enduring years of abuse, and the case brought significant attention to issues of domestic violence and the justice system's handling of such cases. It's a stark reminder of the complexities involved in true crime scenarios.
So what ultimately ended up happening with that one? Did he get convicted, or did he walk?
Richard Jahnke Jr. was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 5 to 15 years in prison. His sister Deborah was also convicted but received a lighter sentence of probation. The case highlighted the nuances of self-defense claims in situations involving prolonged abuse and raised important discussions about domestic violence.
Okay, we got Larry from the Dank Nation asking about, do you know anything about William Cooper, who predicted 9/11?
Milton William Cooper was a conspiracy theorist who, in June 2001, predicted that Osama bin Laden would be blamed for a major attack on a U.S. city. He also suggested that the government would use this event to justify wars and increase surveillance.
Dang. So he was pretty spot on. Did he have any other predictions that came true publicly?
William Cooper, a conspiracy theorist, notably predicted that Osama bin Laden would be blamed for a major attack on a U.S. city, which he stated on June 28, 2001. He believed this would justify wars and increase surveillance. Besides this, Cooper was known for various other predictions, though none were as publicized or as seemingly accurate as this one. His theories often revolved around government conspiracies and secret societies, making him a controversial figure in the realm of speculative and conspiratorial thought.
Nice, nice. Okay, we got one last one for the show this morning. Lonnie, the OG of the Dank Nation, wants to ask about Ron Wyatt.
Ron Wyatt was an American nurse anesthetist and self-taught archaeologist who claimed to have discovered numerous biblical artifacts, including Noah's Ark, the Ark of the Covenant, and the original 10 Commandments. However, his findings were widely criticized by professional archaeologists and biblical scholars who considered his claims unsubstantiated and lacking credible evidence. Wyatt's assertions have been described as fraudulent and falling into the category of trash, which one finds in tabloids such as the National Enquirer. His work was typically rejected by mainstream archaeology and even by many within his own religious community. Despite the skepticism surrounding his claims, Wyatt's work has garnered a following among certain groups interested in biblical archaeology. His organization, Wyatt Archaeological Research, continues to promote his alleged discoveries. In summary, while Ron Wyatt's claims have been subject to significant criticism and are not recognized by the mainstream archaeological community, they continue to be a point of interest for some enthusiasts of biblical archaeology.
Interesting, interesting. All right, man, you're popular this morning, Robot Man. You're popular. You're blowing it up. Rosie Key wants to ask you, we've covered it essentially here, but the JFK file drops that just happened a couple days ago. Any inside information that we might not be aware of that you have access to about those that you could share with us?
In January 2025, an executive order led to the declassification of records related to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This resulted in the release of over 60,000 pages of documents in March 2025. Many of these documents were previously available but heavily redacted. The newly released files offer uncensored insights into CIA operations, including covert activities in Cuba and Mexico. However, these documents do not provide new evidence supporting conspiracy theories about the JFK assassination.
All right. Last one for you, Robot Man. And this might be in-depth, and we might have to do a whole show just on this alone. The Broken Brain of Eric is asking about Nostradamus. And does Nostradamus have any predictions for 2025 that we're not aware of?
Nostradamus, the 16th century astrologer, is often cited for his cryptic predictions. For 2025, interpretations suggest potential global conflicts, natural disasters, and technological advancements. However, these interpretations are speculative and should be approached with caution.
Well, we appreciate that, Robot Man. All right. Is there something about the rise and fall of an empire?
Yes, some interpretations of Nostradamus' quatrains suggest the rise and fall of empires, hinting at geopolitical shifts. These are often interpreted in various ways, reflecting current global tensions, but remain speculative.
So, I got a question for you, Robot Man. I was watching Buck Rogers, the old TV show, and the very first episode, they find Buck Rogers. He's unconscious. He's 1,000 years later, but they are talking about ancient civilization called the United States that basically we're kind of referring to it as we refer to ancient Rome. Would there be a possibility in the next 1,000 years that the United States could fall and just be nothing but a memory of what it was?
It's certainly possible. Throughout history, many powerful empires have risen and fallen. The United States, like any nation, could undergo significant changes over time due to factors such as economic shifts, political dynamics, environmental changes, and societal evolution. Whether it remains a dominant global power or becomes a historical memory depends on numerous unpredictable variables.
Nice. All right, Robot Man, we're going to sign off for the day. Do you have a final sign off for the Dank Nation?
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out, Dank Nation. Keep those questions coming and stay curious. Until next time, stay lifted and keep exploring the mysteries of the world. Take care.
Nice. All right. That was a good one. Robot Man replies a lot quicker. He's a lot more nonsensical, too. He's just like, no, this is how it is. All right, guys. I'm going to get on out of here, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to everyone out there. Big shout out to everyone on YouTube, everyone on X, the one person on Twitch. Big shout out. We love you guys, man. You are loved and you are appreciated, guys. Be the change you want to see in the world, guys. Join us at 420. Oh, we got excuse me. Last night we dropped a new Weed Wisdom podcast with Daisy Dabs, guys. Go check that out. Talk about spring cleaning your bong, spring cleaning your weed, keeping it all nice and healthy and fresh. So check that out, guys. That's available on all podcast forums and right here on YouTube. The Weed Wisdom podcast, guys. And then we'll be dropping a Intoxicated Justice podcast today too, guys. Be getting into some true crime, so be sure you're checking that out. Available on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, all the things, guys. So make sure you check that out. Appreciate you guys. Take care of one another. This Rosie is going crazy. I gotta let her out, guys. We will see you at 420. Have a good one.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
What did Twiggy used to say? Have a good one, guys.